saw someone on TikTok recently saying that there were going to be these waves of people that stopped believing in twin flames, and that would be this indication that they weren't a twin flame, which is the biggest fear-mongering, if you're not for us, you're against us thing I have ever heard, and more evidence for me that the people that are perpetuating those things haven't done their homework. Guess who has done their homework? Me! I've done my homework. And if you're interested in learning more about Twin Flames Explained, I have been posting the series to my Tuned In Tarot YouTube page. So you can see all of the videos about Twin Flames Explained there. And let me tell you what, there's a lot of bullshit out here. And I'm really happy to help bring some real deep truths to this conversation and to dismantle this limiting belief. So let's continue to look at Twin Flames and the Event by Jen McCarty. This will probably be the final chapter in this saga. And basically all I wanted to go over was this really helpful thing, because amidst the complete and total unbelievable, unresearched, not really resonating information that I found in this book, I did find a couple of things that were helpful. And she says the following thing here on page 159. Whilst society would have everyone believe it is a twin flame or guru that you are searching for, truly, all we are searching for is our own parental self to step forward to heal us and recorrect any traumatic incidents, I can't read, that took place in any timeline that we have experienced. I love that. It's funny because if I hadn't read that, I would think that this book was actually telling us it's a twin flame or a guru that we've been searching for. So confusing. But anyway, the other thing that she said that I liked about this reparenting stuff is a life-changing healing was experienced by myself when I remembered I have a parental aspect and I have a wounded child aspect. That I can send my parental self to my wounded child to stand underneath her and hold space for her and really, really listen to her and check in with her and ask her, what is it that you need? When I do that, invariably, she says, I just wanted to be heard. I just wanted to be validated. I just needed you to listen to me and acknowledge me. And that's it. Nothing more is needed. This, to me, is what self-love is. Self-love is about really being there for yourself and ceasing the addiction to endlessly project onto another person or onto something external and outside of you. Beautifully said, Jen McCarty. So, again, while I have found many glaring errors in this text, there are some truths, and I hope I extrapolated those truths for you and that you got a lot out of this series. I'm also never going to do another post without this cartoon effect again. I look adorable. So the rest of the series will be done in this cartoon effect. But the rest of the series is going to be very, very cool, because now that we're done with the people from the 1970s and the 2020, our most contemporary authors writing about twin flames. Honestly, I was going to do this one about Kate Rose, but I can't even stomach this book. This is You Only Fall in Love 3 Times, The Secret Search for a Twin Flame. And I will debunk it for you, but I'm just not going to do it now because I'm too excited about Helena Blavatsky and everything I want to share with you about Madame Blavatsky, who is the mother of modern spirituality, as described by Gary Lachman, who is the person who wrote this biography. So, the next part of the series, we're going to learn about the life and times of Madame Blavatsky. It's going to be very fascinating information. And we are also going to unpack this huge motherfucking book. This is a 536 very small print, not sourced, let me tell you, not sourced text called Isis Unveiled that brought a lot of our current understandings of Eastern religion and mythology to the West And while it did amazing things, and we have a lot to thank Madame Blavatsky for, we also have had a lot of issues surface from the way she chose to go about revealing this text to us, and we'll talk about that. There are aspects of the download that started with Madame Blavatsky. The problem being that some of the things she downloaded were not accurate. So it's difficult. It's kind of like how we looked at Jen McCarty's book and found some things that you're like, yeah, but that's actually not really true. And there's facts for that we could easily check and see if that's true. The same thing was true for Madame Blavatsky. The difference is Madame Blavatsky did not have the internet. She could not Google some of the things that she thought or quote unquote remembered when she went to write down things. But Jen McCarty, you got no excuse. You can really just look up how genetics works to figure out that the way you're using the word codons is not correct. That's a quick search, babes. So irresponsible. If you're going to write a book with things in it that are meant to teach people, you should probably just make sure the things you're teaching are just verifiable in reality. Because a few tweaks, and this information still could have worked, but I don't know. So yeah, be careful out there, as I always tell you, in the world of the twin flames. And if anybody fucking says to you that you're not a twin flame because you decided that you don't resonate with the terminology twin flame, tell them to go suck an egg. Because as you know from my series, the actual term twin flame comes from a cult leader from the 1970s. Nobody before this lady ever said that word. So you don't have to resonate with a cult member's ideologies from the 1970s. You can go all the way back to Madame Blavatsky and the Neoplatonic beliefs about twin souls that came from Plato. And then you can go even further than that and find out that the twin souls that Plato was talking about was never meant to be taken literally. So you don't even have to use that terminology at all. If you want to talk about your divine counterpart, you can talk about somebody who is mirroring the aspects within you, the wounds within you that need to be healed. And it doesn't negate your experience. It doesn't negate your telepathy, your synchronicities, or any of that. That's all real. You experienced it. You don't need me to validate that for you. You know what you experienced. But I can tell you right now, a lot of people out here on the internet, they're just talking some bullshit. And I'm so happy to be the one to be able to teach you the truth, because I love reading and I love being a know-it-all. Because I'm a Leo sun and a Leo moon with a Venus in Virgo. So my value is to make sure that everybody knows that I looked it up and I have the fucking receipts. Okay, everybody, have a great day today. Take care, and I will see you on the next very exciting segment where we start the life and times of Madame Blavatsky.